Welcome to the ftir.fun Infrared Learning Series. This episode, Ep28, Environment Monitoring, Atmospheric Gas Monitoring and Emission-Source Identification. Then close with a checklist. Next, the fingerprint of a chimney. In an industrial area in 2024, residents complained of a pungent odor at night. When environmental enforcement officers arrived, several chimneys were emitting normally, and it was impossible to determine which factory was violating regulations. The monitoring team deployed an OP-FTIR system, directing the infrared beam through the plume and receiving it 500 meters away. Within just 5 minutes of measurement, the spectrum showed characteristic absorptions of toluene, echromous AIM, and acetate, the fingerprint emissions of the cleaning workshop of an electronics factory. Next, physical basis of gas or 1.1 infrared activity of gas molecules. Infrared absorption in the gas phase differs from the condensed. Next, lone path gas cells. To achieve the effective path length required for trace gas detection, gas cells increase path length through multiple reflections. The white cell, invented by John White in 1942, is the most classic long-path gas cell. Next, infrared characteristics of atmospheric pollutants. 3.1 Infrared absorption of major atmospheric pollutants. Table 3 Infrared characteristic absorptions of major air pollutants. Data sources: OP-FTIR Spectral Library, ETRAN, Database eBrio. Next, OP-FTIR. OP-FTIR does not use a gas cell. Instead, the infrared beam is directed directly through the open atmosphere oxygen. Air source telescope, atmospheric path, 100 inch 500 meters. Telescope detector plume pollution cloud crossing the path. Next, interiors emission monitoring systems, ZEMS for staff. 5.1 STIRSIMS system components. FIRSIMS, continuous emission monitoring system, is a standard system applying FTIR to continuous monitoring of fixed source flue gas peak. Next, water vapor and co-interference subtraction. 6.1 Atmospheric background interference issue. Water vapor 0.14% and co-a 0.04% in the atmosphere are the main interferences in ftir gas analysis. Next, case study. Identification of VOX emission sources in an industrial park. A chemical industrial park covering 5 square kilometers contains over 30 enterprises, coatings, plastics, pharmaceutical intermediates. Residents have repeatedly complained about odors, but due to the large number of enterprises, it is difficult to locate the main emission sources. 7.2 OP-FTIR monitoring plan. Next, practical experience in gas FTIR. 8.1 Resolution selection. Resolution selection in gas FTIR is critical. Next, review questions. A gas FTIR spectrum shows prominent rotation vibration lines near 2,143 centimeters. Infer the possible gas and explain why this region is suitable for quantification. Finally, the drill actualists. Make sure you can recall each item. Key out points. Key points. Gas FTIR principle. Gas phase molecules produce rotation vibration line spectra, requiring long path length detection. Light cell. 3 mirrors multiple reflections, path length to 100 meters. Large volume. Area cell. 2 mirrors multiple reflections, path length 550 ms. Small volume. Atmospheric pollutant characteristics. O2143, No 1620, So 1361, NH 950 centimeters. That's OP-FTIR. Open path sampling free monitoring. Path length 100-500 meters. Seems heated sampling plus for gas cell. EPA method 320. Chinese stationary source SAMS standard allows extractive in situ water vapor interference. Strong absorption at 3,400, 4,000, 1,300, 2,000 centimeters. Co-interference, strong absorption at 667, 730, 2,208, I 2,390 centimeters. Paper fit. open source automatic atmospheric subtraction tool, available on GitHub. CLS quantification, bicycle least squares multivariate quantification, simultaneously solves multiple gases. Resolution, gas quantification requires 0.582 centimeters. Environmental screening, can use 2 4 centimeters. Source identification value, looks chemical fingerprint for emission source identification. That covers the required stencil for this episode. Practice with real spectra on ftir.fun and continue with the next lesson.